Alright, what is going on? Welcome to another episode of the Comedy's Dead podcast. This is like 4 or 5 weeks in a row. I'm doing pretty good with this. A couple days late, but this is me we're talking about, alright? I had a very busy week of making a roster on 2K that was like, what if Rick Pitino didn't fuck up the Celtics and trade everybody good away in the early 2000s? So I've just been like dominating with Ben Wallace and Bruce Bowen and fucking Joe Johnson and Chauncey Billups, Paul Pierce. What if we drafted T-Mac instead of Ron Mercer? Everybody who's a real Celtics fan would be like, that's fucking a good idea, but everybody who has like a way healthier life would probably be like, how many hours did you sink into this? Look, it doesn't matter. We've been balling, dude. And I traded Antoine Walker for Rasheed Wallace and some pieces like J.R. Bremer and Kedrick Brown in the first round pick. Good moves, because they ended up trading Bremer and Brown for fucking Ricky Davis. And no disrespect to Ricky Davis, great player, but it doesn't matter. All right, look, I've been having a decent week. Dude, I'm at like 2 weeks with this fucking phone app where I can only check Instagram like 20 times a day, and I'm actually like, I'm slowly like, I don't need to check it nearly as much. I'm having less compulsion, because even when I do open it, I'm like, what am I on this for? And it's good, but then it's like, it's having weird sound effects. It has like a slide whistle noise. No, it's something weird. Like, I didn't realize like how much the world goes through social media these days. Because like that, where else do you like? No, I don't. Who reads newspapers anymore? Like, I don't go on to like news websites. I have people I follow on like Twitter and Instagram who are like independent journalists. And that's where I get my shit. And like X or Threads. I don't call it X. Fuck X. But yeah, dude. But so like we had like a fucking mini Cuban Missile Crisis the other day, and I was just having a good day. Like, I just didn't check social media for like 10 hours, and I had no idea we were on the verge of nuclear apocalypse. I was just like having fun, It's kind of wild, I just got a really good sandwich, and I was reading a book, and I was doing the 2K thing. I was hanging out with the dogs. And then if a nuke dropped, I would have just been like, well, I have 3 seconds to worry about this, and then I would have died, and that would have been, it. But that didn't happen, unfortunately. So I just, unfortunately had to enjoy life. That's really what this has been doing for me. Like, I didn't realize like just how much anytime, like that's like it's just an easy compulsion to just fucking check Instagram. Literally 24/7 if I just have like idle hands, and I'm like noticing things again, like about being in the present, Like I'm driving right now, and for the first time in fucking years, I stopped and thought, wow, the clouds look so cool right now. Like that used to be just life. You used to just be living in the world you're living in instead of sucked into your phone and then being sucked out of it because you had shit to do, It's fucking, it's wild. It actually is crazy, like, New York's not that far south of Boston, but, like, everything's, like, way more in bloom. I'm in Connecticut right now, technically, but, everything's, like, way more fucking in bloom, Like, we still got the buds over in Boston, but now, those buds are starting to open up over here, and then when I get to the city, it's, like, there's flowers. It's fucking, spring is fucking here. It's nice, It is fucking nice. Although it's like that weird part of spring where it'll be like fucking, 78 degrees all day, and then all of a sudden it'll be like fucking 55 in like an hour, and then you gotta deal with that. So that's like, that kind of blows. Well, I gotta be honest, I don't have that much interesting to talk about this week, What do I have to talk about? The moving thing, I'm not checking the news, so I have no idea what's going on in the fucking world, so how do I talk about it? How do I stay relevant at 28 years old? I'm washed, I don't know what the kids are up to these days, what's it called? Well, what did I just mention? I literally just said a thing, and then I forgot to finish that thought. All right, guys, you hear me? I'm fucking on right now. This is it. This is when I'm hot. I'm fucking hot. Everybody back up. I'm gonna hit some shots, you know? Alright. Alright. I got those things to talk about. I should have checked my notes before this. Yeah, I don't know. How do I fucking, you know? What was the thought? I'm not rewinding and pausing this. I gotta just fucking raw dog this. How do I stay? I'm not up to date with the news. I am worried about the economy though. Oh, I'm moving. That was what I was going to talk about. We'll get to the other part. Yeah, I'm supposed to move. We'll fucking see. I don't know if my tax guy that my friend recommended me filed my taxes, so that's fun. Because I followed up the day they were due, and he was like, "I need these files," and I was like, "You should have asked for these files when you needed them. You should have said, hey, the iCloud's locking me out of these files, whatever." So I sent them over to him, whatever, yesterday, Wednesday, who fucking knows. And he never confirmed that he fucking filed them, so, I mean, you know. Granted, like, there's like 7 people left working at the IRS after Trump fired them all. They're not coming after me anytime soon, but I would still like to not have to fucking worry about that, you know? Although I do like the idea of being outlawed. That is fun, you know? I mean, tax evasion, I mean, that's how they got Al Capone, you know? So, they could get me at any time, I guess, if you think about it. Yeah, so I got that to worry about, but I'm supposed to fucking, I'm kind of like, the way I'm kind of looking, I've talked to like fucking 7 companies out there. I've had interviews with 5. I'm supposed to fill out a thing so I can have an interview with another one. And I keep forgetting to do that. Yeah, dude, I'm fucking like, the way I'm looking at it is like, the one I thought I really wanted, because they gave me a certain number when we initially talked, then they like kind of gave me a much lower number when they talked like actual numbers, and they were like, you can work yourself up to that point. I was like, well, if I were hiring me at that point, because that's how you framed it initially, and they kind of ghosted me after I gave references. And then another one that I thought they were going to offer, because I gave them references after 2 interviews, was like, we're worried about the economy right now, and it's like, we want you, but we're afraid of consumer confidence at the moment. And you know, I don't want to sign into a fucking thing fully across the country on like a fucking, you know, hey, we might have to downsize after, you know, if people whatever. So that's kind of worrying me. And then I'm flying out to San Francisco in a week and a half, I guess a little over a week and a half, to do a couple interviews with 2 other companies that I've already interviewed with on the phone. But if I could just get, those ones pay pretty well, and like the starting for the one I really want is competitive, and like my current job, I will still only have to work 3 to 4 hours a day, and be an asshole for the rest of my life while I rub in everybody else's face that they have to work full day. Because all the other ones I've talked to are like hourly, or salary, and this one could be salary if I want to use her car, which I do, because 1, I'm sick of being 1099, I just want my taxes taken out. 2, I don't want to fucking beat up my car any more than it is. So, I mean, I need a fucking new one anyways, but, and that one could pay basically double what I'm making right now if I get to that point. So, I really want that one to work out, but if none of them are exactly what I want them to be, I think I'm just not gonna move, and I'm just gonna go to New York, because I don't want to go out there and then just be fucking stressed out and working multiple jobs and all that sort of bullshit. I'd rather just like have a fucking, like, my life's too easy right now, and I really don't want to give up how easy it is. So, yeah, that's kind of how I'm viewing it, is like, if I can, I mean, ultimately, like, the plans move to New York in 2 years anyways, so if I just have to expedite that, you know, but that'll come with its own challenges, because I was looking at, like, jobs out there for what I do, and, like, they're able to charge people so much, because hiking the dogs in and out of the city for, you know, you basically have one group a day, but you're just taking them out for hours upon hours, which is gonna fucking blow in the winter and the dead of summer and all that sort of shit, but, you know, you also have to drive like an hour and a half each way because that's how far fucking nature areas are in New York City. And to fucking work in neighborhoods where people can pay that much, and you can make that much because they pay way more than either New York or Boston or San Francisco or Boston jobs. I'm basically gonna have to be able to afford to live in those neighborhoods, which means I'll need a lot more saved than I have right now. But you know, it's not really a terrible option. So, because ultimately that's where I need to be for comedy long term, no matter what, and you know, whatever. But I'm really hoping the San Francisco thing works out, and if I think I'm like a shoo-in because for the one I really want, because like she took her model off of my boss when she was visiting Boston, so like obviously it's her company and not his, but it's like in terms of like what I'm actually doing for work, it's basically just like moving to the same fucking company out there for a bit more money because they have a bit more work. So that's exciting. But yeah, I am fucking worried about, you know, I am worried about, like, my job is entirely dependent on people being rich, so, and being able to afford to pay a full-time dog walker to make a livable wage. So if the economy does tank, I'm fucked. And that's nice, you know? It's not like I have stock options I can fucking sell off, you know? I'm kind of stuck here. That is kind of what worries me about going out there, is like, you know, it's not like I have fucking whatever. Oh, I'm fucking tired. I haven't slept all week. Alright, I almost got a fucking coffee when I stopped for Zyn, but I didn't want to drink a cup of coffee and then be up till fucking dawn, so I didn't do that. Dude, I'm thinking about, like, we'll get there. What was I saying about being worried about the economy? Alright, this is not a very good podcast so far, guys. Gotta be honest. I'm not on. I'm just fucking not. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like, I'm not, like, I get paid pretty well for what I do, but I do think it wouldn't be dumb to hop on Christian Mingle and start poking holes in condoms, just in case this war doesn't end anytime soon, you know? I think it's a good plan. You know, I just gotta stay long enough to get some child support or some alimony. You know, I get to be the gold digger, alright? You know, we're fucking taking, you know, I'm taking one back for the boys. How many years have we had to put up with these fucking... I mean, not that like they would be doing that with me. They have nothing to gold dig, but you know. How many fucking sugar babies do you see walking around New York or fucking Boston or a city like San Francisco? A lot. You see a lot of them. You know. Anytime I do do a comedy show at a club based in a hotel, you just see some fucking beautiful 22-year-olds with some fucking ogre. You know. I was doing some show in fucking at the MGM in Springfield, the casino, and it's just, I'm like sitting at I get high as shit after my set. I'm just walking around the casino. I don't gamble, so I'm just like kind of wandering, just people watching. Because, you know, like, Springfield's only an hour and a half from me, so it's like, but, you know, I live with my parents. I'm like, oh, I could get a free, very nice, you know, it's like a $2,000 a night hotel room just for doing the fucking show. Because I'm pretty sure that hotel doesn't sell out ever because it's in Springfield, Massachusetts. And, you know, I'm like, oh, I'll take the hotel. And then you get the hotel and you're like, oh yeah, I'm in Springfield, Massachusetts. Like, there's nothing for me to do. It's just go to the hood or wander around the casino I'm in, which has terrible fucking food, by the way. And I'm sure the nice restaurants are nice, but I'm not paying nice casino restaurant money to do a couple shows I made $125 at, you know what I mean? So I just got high and wandered around the casino, and I just saw like this really cute girl with this guy who was just like got fucking 6 chins. He looks like, you know, like the fucking fat guy who stole the toys in Toy Story 2. They have to like break Jesse and the prospector out of and shit. And did Buzz get kidnapped? I'm pretty sure Buzz got kidnapped. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. He looked like exactly like that guy, and then she's like sitting at the table with him, and she's like keeps looking at me, and her whole body's shaking. And I thought it was like I assumed the best at first, and I was like, oh, this is a weird place to go with your daughter. I was like, oh, that's not his daughter. Gross. You know, that's why I want to, like, I'm a starving artist. That's why I want to find someone while I'm still starving. That way I know, she would have loved me even if I wasn't, if I get successful and I'm single and then I have to find a woman, that's contingent on my success. That was a plus for her. I need her to like me for the degenerate I am at my heart, The dog walker who refuses to work an 8-hour day and was becoming very dismayed at the thought of having to move cross country to work more than twice as hard every single day for not that much more pay. I mean, decent amount more pay, but still not that much more pay. And after you factor in rent, it's kind of the same money. So, yeah, I need to know that's the fucking deal. But if that doesn't work out, I think I'm just gonna fucking, try to bag me a Republican, Well, why not? She can't get rid of the thing. I mean, they're all hypocrites, so they should probably get rid of the thing and then, have an excuse for herself while, shaming a 16-year-old victim. But, that's how those people work. It's not funny, but it's, it is how it is. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm fucking just trying to. This might be my last weekend in New York while I'm doing this whole thing. I got like a couple spots technically coming up in May. I put in for a couple spots, but I should have put in for more, and then just like dropped them if I don't move, or if I do move, because you put your avails in for specific days through the system with them, and if I like move at a later day than I had written down, or if I do this or that or whatever, it's not going to work out with the spots. And I've also like told everybody, I also got like a shit ton of like, hey, I'm going away spots in Boston. It'll be very awkward to do those and be like, actually, so now I'm kind of really hoping this works out. But worst case, I'm fucking just gonna hit up companies in New York and then have to drive down, do interviews, and I can do spots if I'm doing that, so that'd be nice. But yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at right now. And other than that, I'm just sitting in traffic on the Merritt Parkway, and this is the only thing keeping me from being filled with pure anger at the moment. Is that how you fucking merge? Sorry. Dude, I just like looked ahead at why we were going so slow on the highway, and it's literally just like fucking when someone, like, it's a 2-lane fucking highway, when someone does I'm trying to merge, but instead of accelerating and finding a gap, I'm just gonna fully stop on the middle of the fucking highway and ruin everybody else's day. People can't fucking drive. Maybe it's because I'm from the Boston area where the rule is everybody cuts each other off, and it's just like, it's just gamesmanship, but we all move faster that way. You just have to know the deal. If someone cuts you off and you panic and you go, how dare you, then, you ruin everything for everybody else. Like, you don't, like, let people merge, you fucking, You all know what I was about to say. Alright. Dude, I was driving, I was hiking with the dogs today, and I found a tick on myself. And now I've just spent the entire fucking day. I found, like, there was a tick on my hand, like, it must have jumped off of one of the dogs onto my hand. But I have spent the next 3 hours of this fucking car ride, just anytime I feel any sort of tingle anywhere, just fucking panicking and like, I got the creeps. I got the creeps. Fucking, and I wish I had time to. I think I might have time to go to Queens and change, but I don't have like shower time when I get to the city, which is an issue. So I think I'm just gonna drive directly to fucking Midtown, because I'd only have like an hour until my spot anyways, so it might just make more fucking sense to drive straight, so I think that's what I'm gonna do. Then you go, if I don't park up by like fucking 80 something, then I gotta pay the tolls, but I think I'm coming in a little too late to park up there, so now it kind of just makes more sense to go straight fucking to it. You know, what a difficult life I'm living, you know? It is so hard. It is so hard. Alright, now it opened up. Now the highway opened up. I'll make a little bit of time out. Still got a fucking hour and a half because it just keeps pushing back on time. You know, there's always just so many fucking accidents on this road. This is how you know you're being interesting, is when you're just talking about traffic. And this weather. It was raining and now it's sunny. It's crazy. It just changes. That's how it is here. You ever notice how every single place in the country, besides like a desert, they act like they're the only fucking people in the world where the weather changes quickly? Every single place. It's like, people in Boston, like when it's the spring, it's just like, it was 40 yesterday, but now it's 65. It's crazy. We're the only place. We're the only place with polarity in the weather. Temperatures, I mean, granted, you know, like that, it is slightly more, you know, extreme in that sense there, but like, I don't know, everybody acts like they're so interested. Like, I think that's what happens when you, like, stay in the same place too long, where you start, like, looking for reasons to say that it's an exceptional place, because you're upset that you never took any risks in your life, you know? You never pushed yourself out of your comfort zone. You know, it's like my parents, right? They're wonderful people. When they travel, you know, Boston is a city full of Irish pubs. They look for Irish pubs in the cities they travel. Like, they don't look for fun things to, like, interesting new things to do. They don't go like, let's try the local cuisine. They just travel to a new place and they look for what they already have at home in the new place. I think that's most people. I think most people, especially like older people, you know, because like we have social media to go like, oh, like I'm going into this new city, let me try these things, but I hate that I drive this road so much where I know exactly which exits or things get congested at, because I knew exactly when we stopped where we were. You know, yeah, I don't know. I'm so excited for this fucking drive to San Francisco. I gotta fucking say that. You know, I still have to plan it out. I do want to leave on the 11th if I get the job in 2 weeks. Because that way, every single year they do a free, the Stella Blues Band does a free concert in the park on a weekday in New York, every May, at the Central Park Band Shell, where the Dead and the Jefferson Airplane played multiple times, not to brag. And they're doing that on May 12th. So, I mean, I was going to do 2 nights to stop in New York, and those are the days I put for my avails for the pair. So, I could do the 11th and 12th in the city, take a little bit of acid, see a fucking Dead cover band in Central Park, do my barking spot. You know, I'll be high, so I'll be having fun barking, unlike most days. And then, what's it called? Yeah, then just fucking, on the 13th, either try to gun it straight to Chicago, but that's like 12 hours with no traffic, so it's probably going to be, like, longer than that. So I'll probably stop in, like, Pittsburgh or something, and then, Chicago after that. But I'm going to try to take, like, I'm going to try to split it into as many different stops as possible. That way I can do, like, the old highways. You know, like, avoid the interstates and just, like, see small-town America. I think that'd be really cool. I mean, it's going to it's going to, you know, hurt me on gas, but I think it's going to be, like, a way more fun way to do it. You know, do, like, a day in Chicago. Hopefully it lines up with, like, a Cubs game at Wrigley or something. Let me see if they're playing the 14th at home. I think they might be playing, actually, because I already checked this. I think they might be playing the 14th. They're at the Braves. Well, that doesn't work out. And they're at the White Sox that weekend. But, I'm not doing that. Yeah. do a fucking night in Chicago. Maybe go to like the Kingston Mines, which is like a fucking amazing blues bar. And then from Chicago, I think it is like 8 hours to Omaha. So I'm thinking I'm gonna try it because I have to stop somewhere between Chicago and Denver because it's just like too fucking far. Yeah, well, it's 10 hours to Omaha. I could also stop in Des Moines, Iowa. Or I could probably make it down to Kansas City. You know, let me see how far Kansas City is. Texting and driving, not to brag. 8 hours to Kansas City. And then I can do Kansas City up to Denver. But if I do Kansas City up to Denver, I might have to go through Topeka. Oh, Kansas City to Denver is 8 hours in its own right. Alright, so I'm going to do Chicago to Kansas City to Denver. Oh, that's why, because fucking 76 is slower than 70, or 76 and 80 are slower than 70, I guess. I guess because they're more curved. Yeah, so I'll probably go that way to Denver, and then Denver to Salt Lake City, and then Salt Lake City to either like Reno or like Lake Tahoe. I could like see like Donner Pass or go to like probably you know, maybe like Truckee. Actually, I'm going out to Truckee eventually anyways. For some Dead shows in like August. Yeah, so I'll probably go Salt Lake City, because one of my clients said I could stay at their place in Salt Lake City because they have money. And so I'm going to stay in Salt Lake City, and then probably stop in like Reno or Tahoe, whichever is more affordable. And then probably just gun it straight to San Francisco from there. So I'll be sick. I'm very excited. I just need to fucking get a job. In the meantime, I've hit 27 minutes of this not that interesting podcast. So, you know, that's pretty good. Speaking of driving, you know, like, I'm not like a alpha bro, like men should be fucking, you know, I think we should, I think it's like a very unhealthy way to live your life. But that being said, whenever I see a dude driving with like perfect 10 and 2, I just think like you can't defend a woman, and I don't know why. It's not like I can defend a woman. I'm fucking 125 pounds or something, but I definitely could beat that guy's ass. Is all I'm saying. Like I have to find, you know, it's like why I'm excited to move to San Francisco because like I will be the most masculine man in most circles. That's sick. That's fucking. It'll be like the one time I feel, you know, like I'm walking tall. I got that like, you know, that fucking New England attitude where it's like, look, I might lose the fight, but I'm not gonna be a fucking pussy about it, you know. Dude, can you people get off your fucking brakes? You're on a highway. Speaking of Boston attitude, people don't learn to fucking merge. It's just like you don't slow down when you merge. You fucking accelerate so you can keep, so everybody else on the road can maintain fucking speed. We can all get to the same thing. That's what creates traffic. Literally, it's literally what fucking creates traffic. And guess what? You create a ripple effect where if I have to slam my brakes because you don't know how to fucking merge, then the person behind me has to slam on their brakes, and then someone might end up getting fucking squished because at some point there's going to be a taller car in front of somebody with a smaller car. You know, and then that person, the smaller car behind the taller car, can't see the person ahead of the taller car's lights on. So that, and if the taller car stops short. The smaller car behind them doesn't have fucking ample time to react. That is how this works. It's like people don't fucking think. I'm on edge. I don't like traffic. I just want to be there. I'm also tired. Cranky. Yeah. I don't know. This is like it's every fucking weekend. It's an unnecessary level of stress that I did to myself. Yeah, I don't know. Those are kind of all the topics I really wanted to talk about. You know what I was thinking about fucking doing this weekend is if I didn't realize, like, I thought all the fucking, because it's Patriots Day this weekend, which is like it's a holiday in Boston, so probably not gonna have to work. It's like the marathon on Monday, all that sort of shit. You know, Red Sox play at 11 a.m. And I usually say I'm gonna go to the game, Dad, and because we get tickets for it, and then I fail to wake up. But my brother's flying home and going with somebody, so I'm not doing that. But it's also a fucking bitch to drive in on Marathon Monday. But what's it called? I've never done like any of the touristy things around Boston. You know, it's like people who live in New York, they've never seen the Statue of Liberty. You know, because it's just there. Like if I want to go, I'll go. But then you never go because you never think, oh, I should go. So I was like, I want to do like the fucking all the Freedom Trail stuff this weekend, because Patriots Day Monday, so I thought, like, okay, Sunday night they're going to do, like, the Paul Revere's Ride thing in, like, North End and Charlestown, and then Monday morning they'll do the Battle of Lexington, and then go over to Concord for the Battle of Concord, and, like, one's at 5 a.m., one's at 2 p.m., but it turns out, they space them out on different days, each of them, so they're doing the Paul Revere's Ride thing tonight at, like, 10, and I'm in New York, so I'm going to miss that. And then they're doing the Battle of Lexington tomorrow morning at 5 a.m., so I'm going to miss that. But I might try to go to the Concord one. That's like the bigger one anyways. I might try to go to the Concord one at 2 on Sunday. Because I'm planning on dropping my Sunday spot in New York. Because this is 6 o'clock and the show might not happen, because half the time the fucking 6s don't happen. And, I don't know, I'm supposed to hang out with somebody, so I want to get back, whatever, tight schedules, all that, you know, but we'll fucking see, but I'm like, if I drop the spot, maybe I try to leave early Sunday morning, go to the fucking battle reenactment, but the weather doesn't look very exciting for Sunday. It's supposed to fucking downpour all fucking day, both New York and Boston, so the New York rain ends before I'm supposed to bark, which is good, but yeah, I don't want to fucking do that, but I'm also not going to fucking stand outside in the pouring rain to watch a bunch of fucking dorks dress up like fucking 1,700 soldiers, you know. That's the other thing about that, is like, as cool as it sounds like to go to that like reenactment, I was thinking about it, and I was like, who would do that? Like, it's not going to be like fucking people built like soldiers. It's going to be like your creepy uncle, you know? Like, that's the type of people who fucking own era realistic muskets, you know? And like cosplay that they're fighting in the revolution. It's just like, dude, you can't go to today war. You definitely couldn't fight in then war, you know? Those people didn't have, like, modern nutrition, you know? They didn't have modern eating schedules. They ate at dawn, and they worked a fucking 10-hour day in the fields. And then, you know, they had to sell off all the good food because that's what made them money, and then they just lived on fucking porridge or something, you know? There is this one channel I watch constantly on YouTube. It's like 8. I used to watch it more, but I think they're running out of recipes. It's like the Townsend's guy. It's like 8. He does like he's like one of those like historical reenactors and like works at one of those places. But he does like he uses cookbooks from like the 18th century. And like because he's like a historical, like he works in like the historical reenactments. Like he like cooks in like a a period realistic cottage with period realistic cooking tools, just to show how people lived back then. And I gotta be honest, I don't think I'm built for it. You know, I'm not very good at surviving with modern amenities. I can cook, but you know, I'm not very good at being like someone who like does shit. You know, I definitely don't think I have the last, how long have humans existed? Last couple million years of survival in me. I don't, you know, I think I'm perfectly built to survive at this time with parents who have enabled me to make no money as a dog walker for years, to build the experience to get dog walking jobs where you make enough money. I think I'm perfectly built for the life I'm currently living. Any other life, literally any other life, just like working in an office, I'm out. Like, I can't do it. I've done it. I did it in college as an internship, and I was gonna blow my brains out. I don't think I can handle having a real job or anything like that. I am only made to be a comedian who hangs out with dogs. I definitely could not be a farmer in the 17th century who then picked up a musket to fight the most well-trained army in the world because John Hancock got caught smuggling on the Long Wharf and got really upset about that. And a bunch of other rich dudes were very upset that the British raised taxes to pay for the war that they fought for America against the French in the French and Indian War a couple years before. And they were like, yeah, I mean, like, we wanted to beat the French, but like, we don't have to pay taxes to have done it. Are you fucking insane? And that's how, you know, and now we get to bomb Iran for, you know, the president to deflect on the fact that everybody realizes he's a pedophile. That's what they did for us. A bunch of rich people didn't want to pay their taxes. And now another rich guy doesn't want to pay for his crimes, and is responded by committing. Did you see fucking Pete Hegseth did like a thing with ground troops or in Iran, where he was, first of all, they're making the troops pray to Christian God. It's the whole fucking thing. What's going on right now is like pure idiocracy. Like, that guy, I can't wait till all these people have their heads in the fucking guillotine. But he recited the fake Bible verse from Pulp Fiction to the truth. It's the funniest thing. Like, we are literally in like a fucking, this is gonna be the funniest period of any history book in fucking 50 years, but it kind of sucks to live through, I gotta say. Yeah, dude, it's fucking insane. You know? It has given me like a lot of hope that like I can achieve those things. Like, if these fucking retards can control the free world, I can at least, you know, sell a theater. I think, you know, I think anything can, literally anybody can be anything at this point, and I think that's both terrifying and a little bit amazing. Yeah, alright, let's see, I'm at 40 minutes, and that's enough. How much longer than this drive? An hour 15, god damn it! Alright, I was hoping this would kill more time, but I think I've just kept, the time has just been added in the future because of accidents. It is a very beautiful day now. It was gross all day, it was fucking cloudy and then it started raining. But now it is, you know, blue skies, you know, it's saying 81 degrees outside. I think maybe it's a lot hotter in New York than it was in Boston. Let me check. 60 in Boston. It is 72 in New York City. High is 77. And I guess Connecticut's 81 right now. I did not realize it was this warm here. Yeah, alright. Well, I have an hour 15 left of driving. I have an hour to kill after that in the city. I'll upload this when I park, that way I don't have to text and shit. Otherwise, you listen this long, something's wrong with you, you know. I'm not that interesting. I'm not. I'm just not. I'm just not. Actually, you know, I appreciate the support, but, like, you know, there are so many more talented people out there that you could be consuming content from, but you're consuming it from me, and I think that's amazing. Yeah. Oh, what else? I'll fucking say that next week. I'll plug my dates that nobody cares about. But if you're listening to this weekend, in the next couple days, I have Midtown Pair at 9:30 on Friday. That's going to be out after that already happened. And I got the 6 o'clock in the Downtown Pair Saturday, maybe Sunday. I'm booked for it, but I might drop it because it's going to be rainy and gross, and I want to get pussy. So, you know, whatever. And then next weekend, I've got Democracy Brewing in downtown Boston on Saturday. I might be hopping on Nick's Comedy Stop that weekend as well. And then a couple shows in Oakland on Thursday the 30th. And then I got a bunch of shit the week after that, a couple things the week after that. And then, although that week I might be driving to wherever, so I might have to fucking start hitting motherfuckers up around the country. I think there's a show in Chicago I've done before on a Thursday that I might be able to hop on. That would be fucking sick. You know, I'll see what's going on in Kansas City. I'll see what's going on in Denver. Hopefully I get that shit in New York lined up. And then, yeah, alright. Well, everybody fucking have a fun week. I will check in on you later. Peace out.